Hey ladies, welcome to the class. I'm really excited for today's topic because it's so important, especially at this time in history. It's so important that we are clear, that we are direct, that we know what our message is, that we know our come from. And I'll talk to you about that in a minute, about what come from means. My name is Erin Gallagher. My business is Erin Inspirational. I'm a master intuitive. And I support people. My alarm's going off on my phone. That's another thing I want to talk about is when we are in alignment to our message, when we're talking about our message, it doesn't matter if our phone goes off, if our dog is in the room with us, if our kid's crying in the next room. Being authentic is really important, right? So being authentic. So let's talk about how to show up in a way that's energetically aligned to not only what we want to sell, what we're talking about, who our people are, but also what aligns to just our authentic selves. Like coming onto this chat and being like all perfect and looking right, it's important to get your message across as well, but it's really important to just be authentic and real, like I was saying. So again, like I was saying when my phone cut me off, my name is Erin. My business is Erin Inspirational. I'm a master intuitive. I support people in stepping forth into their divine spirit, into creating what's amazing in their own company, in their personal life. I do healing journeys and I do coaching. So it's a really separate thing. Right now, I'm really focused on the healing journey because I think at this time in history, it's so important that so many people are going into this higher level of healing and clearing stuff that no longer serves us, right? The situation as it is right now is like the universe holding up a big mirror saying, is what you're doing in your life working? Is how you're showing up working? If not, let's do some shifting, let's do some releasing, and let's do some so that we can move forward with power and purpose to do what we were here to do what we're here to do. So I really want to talk about, I have a few points written down, but what's really important is, like I said, being energetically aligned to the words that you're speaking. Not only like the words aren't really that important. Honestly, the people that work with me, they don't hear exactly what I'm saying and go, oh, that's exactly what I need to hear. They feel the energy of what you're saying. They feel the authenticity of how you're being. They feel your alignment to what you're talking about. So let me talk about what that means. So a lot of times, I think in the spiritual world especially, we're having like, oh, being aligned, and alignment is like, what does that mean? So I think it's important to talk about what energetic alignment means. So what it really means is being tapped into your who, like who you are, what you want to do, who you want to reach, what you're doing here, what is your why. Okay, so when I was just first starting out, baby entrepreneur, I heard a lot of these topics and, oh, we need to dig into your why and this is how. And I have to be honest with you ladies, it's a process. It goes up, it goes down. Sometimes you're tapped into your ideal client, sometimes that changes. So I think it's really important. I don't think a lot of entrepreneurs nowadays talk about the process. It's okay to go up, it's okay to go down, it's okay to fall flat on your face. It's okay to have an ideal client 1 second and for it to completely change the next second. Hi everyone, welcome. All these beautiful women in this group, hi. If you're entering the chat, please say below your name, where you're from, how you're touching in with us. I really want people to be interacting, so asking questions, anything that comes up as I'm talking about this. It's a really important topic, especially right now that we're really tapped into our why, our come from, where we're coming from in our energy. I'll talk to you in a minute about what that means. Because people are really calling out for help right now. People really need support, and it's up to us. It's like, if it is to be, it is up to me, right? It's a really simple thing. If it is to be, it is up to me. Hi, oh, Pooja from India, welcome. So we have women from all over the world. This is amazing. So showing up in your authenticity, falling down on your face in front of people if you have to. It's okay, because when you do that, people know, oh man, this person's like real. They're not holding anything back. They don't seem too perfect. Or if they're like, because a lot of times, I don't know if you ladies have, but I have kind of like had these coaches and stuff where they appear perfect on the outside. And it's not like I didn't need to be aligned with them at the time. Like I did get what I got out of them for the reason that I worked with them. But it's really easy to kind of fall for like a package of someone without really getting to know who they are first. So that's why I feel like it's important when you do videos, when you do posts, that you're in your authenticity, that you're posting yourself in your pajamas, that you're being real. Okay, we don't have to get into a thing where we're like, I've been depressed for 5 years and I don't know how to do it, so I became a coach. You know, we don't want to get too crazy into like where we're telling our whole story, because people get to hear the parts of us that inspire them and empower them, and that's it. We don't need to tell them every single bit of the story. And I used to fall prey to this a lot. I used to do that a lot, where every single part of the story, I used to sleep under bridges and shoot up, and I was a drug addict, which I was all those things, and I have done really well in my life to recover. And at the same time, so I get to talk about my recovery. Where I came from gets me to where I am. And that's more important than the actual story of all the like dirty details. So I don't know why that came in, but like I said, when I am aligned to my message, I'm aligned to just hearing what comes in from spirit or whatever and just say it. So that's another thing too, is to trust yourself. It's really important to trust yourself, trust the process, know that we're developing, we're processing as we go, as human beings, as entrepreneurs, as women. So it's really important that we accept ourselves, however we're showing up, you know? So, whenever people say, what is your why? Who's your ideal client? It's important to dig down into those things, but to not get so like I used to judge myself so much, like, cause I would have a title for myself and my ideal client. And then later I would be like, well, I worked with addicts, but now I don't want to do that anymore. That's fine. Completely change your title. Like, no one on Facebook is going to be like, I've been following you for 10 years and first you were a healing specialist and now you're an addiction specialist. Why have you been changing your title so much? Like, no one gives a shit. Just be who you are in the moment. If that changes, cool. Like, it's really fine to be like however you are in any given moment. So I've had 10 million whys. And I've had 10 million come froms, and I've had 10 million titles, and I've had 10 million ideal clients, and that's okay. It changes, it shifts. So and the reason I'm saying this is because I beat myself up like crazy to get the ideal client. I need to get my ideal client. I need to get my business plan. And I would look at other women that had these perfect ideal clients. They would niche down, everything would be niched, and they would have like a business plan written out. And I'd go into their office and there was bullet point lists everywhere, and it looked so beautiful and pretty. If your process is not like that and you need to get messy and in the muck and into a state of like chaos in order for that shit to come up, in order for you to reach who you're here to reach, let it. Don't judge yourself in the process. Really accept where you're coming from. Hi, ladies. Kathy is here from Kentucky. Hey, Kathy. I have to put on my glasses because I can't see a damn thing. Hi, Em. Nada says hi from Michigan. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Alba. So it's really important to, when you're thinking about aligning to your message, the message itself isn't as important as how you're feeling and being that way to everyone else. Like, people want to feel how you're feeling. They want to see you feel or feel you feel and go, oh my God, I feel that way too. Like, even if your words aren't perfect, it doesn't matter. So your why, your come from, your ideal client, let that process and develop with you. It's so important that you, be that way, because at any given moment, wherever you are in the now is what you're going to attract. Then what you attract, you'll get to look at that. Is that what I like? Is that what I not like? Do I want to work with clients like that? Not really. Okay, well, I'm going to like do a little tinkering with that, tinkering with this. Okay. All right, I'm up here at this different level. I'm trying this, I'm trying that. Ooh, I don't like that level of ideal client. They feel a little like psychic vampire-ish. Like, okay, well, then let's shift our thing this way. So know that like entrepreneurship, it is a spiritual journey. It is a shifting journey. It is a process. Just now, I invested in a coach. I invested in an online business manager. I invested in a web developer and web designer. And I have someone doing my website completely over again. I have already paid her hundreds of dollars to do my original website. So in my head, I was like, oh my God, I paid this woman hundreds of dollars to fix and get my website perfect. And then all of a sudden we scrapped it and now we're doing a new website. My logical brain wants to say I wasted all of that money on my website before, because now I'm not even using it. I'm literally deleting it. It doesn't matter, because when like the work that we put into that is still there, it matters. The website that we created, it's still there, it matters. Even if we delete it off the internet forever, it's still there energetically, it matters. Every step in our development matters. So all of these things add up, and I know the topic, you're thinking, oh, the topic is how to energetically connect to the words that you're saying and attract those ideal clients based on that. And you may be like, why is she just saying all these things? This might not have to do with energetically aligning, but it does. Because accepting where you are, trusting where you are is the biggest piece, because when you do that, all the information in order to build your business comes in from your spirit team, comes in from God, comes in from yourself, whatever, in order to create this package of amazingness that you're going to show to people and that you're going to put forth to people. So know that you're a magical, awakened, channeled, transcendent being, and that you're here to live in chaos and to breathe in chaos and to create out of that, from that space. So knowing where you are right now, whether it's feeling like you're in the dumps or on fire with energy, is amazing. That's all you have to do, really, is just be tapped into what you're saying, what you're feeling, right? Tracy says, it's like dating the wrong people until you find the right one to marry. Hallelujah. That's an amazing, amazing analogy. It's like dating the wrong people until you find the right one to marry. A lot of people, like myself included, will fall into this trap of we need to find this perfect person that will complete me. I hate those words. There is nothing that can complete you. If you were in a vegetative state for the rest of your days, if you were in a coma for the rest of your days, you would be completely complete. There's nothing that you need outside of yourself to complete you. So being in the now, being where you are, creating from the now is so important in order to develop who you're going to become in order to get to the next level. And remember, I had a mentor that said, new level, new devil. So it doesn't matter how many millions of dollars you have. What your come from is now as opposed to what your why was before. New level, new devil. Every time you rise up, there's going to be a new set of challenges. There's going to be a new set of things. I think a lot of times we get stuck in this future trip of like, I need it to look perfect, or I need to look like that person in order for myself to make money. And then you get to where that person is, and then you're making lots of money, and then you're like, fuck, I didn't want to be like that person. I made lots of money, but it came from an inauthentic place because I spent so many, let's say you spend thousands of dollars being a coach in order to learn a certain way to look, blah, blah, blah. And then you create this box around you that's like, wait, and then you kind of like have a awakening or a breakdown and go, that's not really me. Why did I do that? That's, and what I was talking about earlier, which is like all of that stuff, it matters. It does. All that stuff matters in order to show you the person you truly are, in order to get to where you're going. So no matter what phase of your development is, no matter what phase of development you're in, it's perfect. And no matter how much money you have, it's perfect. And no matter what relationships you have, they're perfect. Because even if they're not working for you right now, they will work themselves out of your life if they're not meant to happen. I talked to my coach today about a client that I was talking to about working with, and she was like, if it is meant to happen, it will happen. If you're meant to continue working with the clients that you're working with, it will happen. If you're meant to completely disassociate from all your clientele from the last 10 years and completely create a new one, it will happen. It will happen. So it's really important to trust the process, to allow yourself to connect and to be connected with by your spirit team or whatever you use to support you on your journey forward, and that you're not judging the process, right? I want to see how much time I have here. Oh, I have a lot of time. Good. Okay, so I wanted to look at my little list here, see if anyone has any questions. If you guys have any questions about what does alignment mean, ask a specific question. I'm a master intuitive. I can tap into your business. So if you have a specific question about your business, so if you're hearing me talk about this and you're like, oh my God, I've been trying to do this for years, I can't do this with my business, ask me, because I'll be taking questions as I do this video. Hi, Erin. Can't wait for our session tonight. I'm having an Akashic Records session with my friend Erin tonight, and I'm really excited. When I do Akashic Records work, my guides connect with your guides, in this case, Erin's guides, come together and then create magic. And I get to tell you all of the things you're going to create in your life, all of the soul purposes you will be having in the next few months, all of the awarenesses, openings, awakenings, things you need to let go of in order to get where you want to go. So that's going to be amazing. Can't wait to do that with you, Erin. Hi, Mary. Mary is my new client. Hi. I'm starting with Mary in a new 3-month container to do my Akashic quantum healing package. I am supporting people in I'm supporting people in quantum leaping into their healing journey. So if you feel like you are like trying to heal and clear a lot of stuff and you want to quantum leap that shit, let me know. Reach out to me in private message. Private message me, friend me, join my group. So I have a group named Awaken Your Spirit. It's a free community, and it is with women, men that are ready to awaken their spirit, who are ready to get bold and fearless, who are ready to step into the future, who are ready to clear off whatever's not working and receive what is working, or receive what the next step is. And in order to do that, I am able to kind of tap in, see disparities, see any energy blockages that are blocking you, and pull them out. So that's what I'm doing in my Akashic quantum healing package. I'm really excited for that with you, Mary. Let's see. Yes, Erin says, perfect timely message about leveling up and having a new set of rules. Thank you for saying that about rules. It's so important, y'all, to have rules, requirements for who you'll work with. Write out a list of requirements. So if you are tired, if you have the same, this message that I'm talking about today is how to align with the right people, how to align energetically with your own message. So what's really important is to kind of like get clear internally. For me, what really helps me is to go on my iPhone and to go in my voice memo, I think it's called, voice memos, and I just push record. And I start talking and I'm like, this is what I want to create, but I don't know how. I'm feeling like really stuck, and the reason I feel stuck is because I've had these clients and this is why, and just speak, talk it out and really get messy, because as you get messy and start talking, then you'll be like, oh my God, this is what I'm visualizing for myself. This is what's not working. Now, as soon as you start speaking it out into the ether, then you'll be like, okay, now I'm starting to see why my message may or may not be landing with people, okay? So setting rules and requirements. Erin, thank you for bringing that up. I used to make a list. Now, because of my spiritual awareness, I'm able to just make a list in my head and my spirit guides go, okay. So that's another thing I want to tell you, is that as you are working with guides or the universe or God or whatever, just know that your guides are literally standing there with a clipboard with an empty piece of paper waiting for you to give them directions. They're like, what do I do? And a lot of you have guides that are standing around, you know, like scratching their head. What do we do? If you tell them step by step, number 1, I want these types of clients. Number 2, this is what I'm willing to do to be able to get these kind of clients. Number 3, this is the money I want. Number 4, this is kind of, and then they're like, okay, then they write down notes, then they're able to take those directions, right? And in order to take those directions, yes, some things that are going to come up. Let's say you want a lot of money. I want this much money by this date. Okay, Spirit will be like, okay, you may not get that much money by this date because there are this, and this block that you need to take care of before you get that. So you might be writing all these, you might be like, Erin told me to write this list of rules and requirements, but all I'm getting is a whole bunch of like blocks. And I'll be like, yeah, that's because when you write down what you want, all the blocks to those things in your life are going to come up. Then you clear them, then you get the thing. So that's the way that it goes. So the rules and requirements, sitting down and writing down, let's say something like, I require to work with clients that are ready, period. I require to work with clients that are ready to invest in me, period. I am ready. I require, and just write out a list of requirements for what you have in your business. Rules, set down rules and requirements for your spirit guides, who to send you, who not to send you. Remember to, it's always best if you're writing down requirements and rules to use positive language. So instead of saying, I don't want you to send me this, you don't want to say that. You want to say, I require clients who are blank. I require relationships that are blank. I require a relationship that serves me in this way, blank. And not any kind of like, don't, not, can't have language, okay? Let me see if there's any questions or anything going on here. Amanda says, sounds like I need one of these. Yes, if you'd like to look into my Akashic Records services, I have a link in the description above. If you're like, ooh, I don't know if I'm ready yet, reach out to me. We can have a discovery call and then see if you are aligned to work with me. Sophia says, what is a master intuitive? Okay, so it's different for every person, but for me, I have been tapping into, okay, so this is, I'll give you a quick outline of my story. So when I was 16, I got into really heavy drugs, and I went down the path of like junkie, like really, really deep, heavy, like toxic demon energy of addiction. And it was really bad for a long time. So I was a drug addict, meth and crack for about 4 years. Then I got clean, and then I switched to alcohol, and then I became an alcoholic, and I was using alcohol for a long time, all of my 20s pretty much. I did have fun, but in my 30s I got a DUI and it all came crashing down. When that happened, it took me about 7 months to get sober, but when I got sober, when I stopped drinking, all of my gifts that I had been hiding from, all of the pain that I had been hiding from, and all of the love that I had been hiding from came and smacked me in the face all at the same time. When that happened, all of my psychic gifts that I had hid myself from because I was so sensitive. I'm extrasensory. I feel everything really deeply, and I feel everything. So I am psychic. I can tune in and tap into what's going on with you. I can help you heal your own wounds, all this stuff. So the way that I realized that is because I realized, oh, I'm not an actual addict. I was actually using drugs and alcohol to numb me and to take my pain away and to take my sensitivity away because I didn't know how to deal with that level of extrasensory gifts. So now it took me about 6 years to get to a point where I was able to master those gifts. And so now I'm able to master those gifts, and I use them to support you and others in mastering their own gifts and in activating their own gifts and in healing and releasing anything that's not serving them. So that in a nutshell is what a master intuitive is to me. That's what I call myself. And so that's what that's the answer to that question. Oops, my computer here is on a wobbly surface. Sorry about that. Okay, so we have 10 minutes. Okay, I think I'm going to use one more thing, and then I will do maybe 1 or 2 tap-in sessions with 2 people that I feel called to. One important thing when you are aligning to the message, because like I said in the description, if you are not aligned to the message that you are saying, and not even what you're saying, but how you are in your vibrational energy, who you're attracting, if you're not clear on like what you want and who you're trying to work with, no one's going to hear your message. Right? So you'll be saying, so that's what happened to me for a long time. I was trying to say my message to people, and I was doing it from a space of scarcity. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It took me time to release the scarcity, and I accepted it in the moment, and I didn't at sometimes, and I had breakdowns, and then I was like, okay, next. Because I'm relentless. I'm a maniac on a mission, y'all. I will not stop, ever. And so I'm a maniac on a mission for what I want, and I will not stop until I heal every living soul on this planet. Like, I will not stop. So when I will get into breakdown, and then I will be like, okay, heal all the stuff that comes up, go into the next level, right? So it's really about getting in tune with your own energy. So one thing I wrote down is grounding your energy. So when you're working with people, when you're about to have a session with somebody, when you're about to have a discovery call with someone, when you're about to do a live video like I'm doing, take a second to sit, ground your energy, open the window, say a little intentional prayer. Any energy of lower vibration that doesn't belong here at this time can leave and flush it out the window. Burn some sage, burn some Palo Santo. I use Palo Santo. It's like a cleaner smoke to me. Smoke makes me sick, so I like to just a little bit of Palo Santo because it's very thin smoke. I open, because I work in a very small space. I work in my bedroom. So I make sure to clear off all the stagnant energy off my bed because I've slept in that area. I have my little workstation over here, so I create like a little sacred space over here. I have crystals. So making sure you're grounding your energy before you go live, in between sessions that you have with people, taking a second to tap into your innermost wisdom, breathing, and then coming from there. So it's really important to come from a grounded space and to not just be coming from like, oh, I need this client because I need to get this client, or I need to get on this discovery call right now and I just had lunch and then if you're doing 1,000,000 miles a minute and then you're getting on a call right after, let's say taking a nap or something, your energy is not ready to fully receive the person or to be received by the person. Co-creation cannot happen. So know that when you're working with a client or you're on a call, you are co-creating with that person. So yes, you're in authority. You're in your authority as a coach, as a healer, as a teacher, whatever you're doing, but you're also co-creating with them. So it's really important that you feel them and that they feel you. And in order to do that, you need to be grounded. You need to be in your energy. So that's one really important thing. And that's kind of the last point I wanted to make. It's 222, you guys, on the West Coast. So anyways, 222. All these special numbers. Okay, I'm gonna tap into Prima. Prima Bernie says, I recently opened my herbal business. I don't know why I said herbal business, and want to include my spiritual services. Not sure how to move forward. Okay, I'm gonna just feel really quick. Hold on. Prima, I'm hearing Reiki for you. Do you do Reiki? I'm going to see if you're responding here. Prima, are you here? If so, I'd like you to tell me if you do Reiki, have heard of it, are a Reiki master. I'm either hearing that you do Reiki or you need to be doing Reiki. Okay, Prima. I have worked with chakras. Okay, Prima says I have worked with chakras. Okay, so this is what I'm feeling for you, Prima. What I'm feeling for you is Reiki. So when you are selling your product, okay, I recently opened my herbal business and want to include my spiritual services. Not sure. Okay, so the reason it takes me time to feel what your guides are saying to my guides, and then I channel it. Okay, so this is what I'm feeling. So I'm going to use an example. So I was in a training once where part of the training was to do a ropes course, right? Have you ever done those? You think they're nerdy at first. You're like, this is stupid. A freaking ropes course. Like, oh, we're going to do team building exercises. Meh. I was like that going in. I'm like, this is stupid. Like, I know everything. But, and it was like one of those ropes course. And I was like, I'm in my freaking 20s. I don't need a ropes course. Like, I'm not in high school. I did it anyways. And I'm really glad I did because it taught me a lot about fear and a lot about trust. One of the exercises was to get on a tiny platform on like 30 feet up, which 30 feet does not sound like a lot until you're freaking up there, you guys. And then you're like, holy shit. So I'm up there and it is to jump and grab a ring. So there's like this huge ring, like, and you have to jump off this freaking platform. Yes, I was like on a line, but it's still scary as hell. So I'm like jumping to get the thing, right? So I knew when I got up there, I would be scared. So I had done Reiki before. So what I did was I looked at the top of the platform. And if any of you have done Reiki, you know that you can send Reiki ahead of you. You can send Reiki into the future. You can send Reiki to an airplane and surround the airplane with Reiki energy and protection. So what I did was I took some time to do like this little sacred prayer, and I looked up at the platform that I was soon to be standing on, and I surrounded it with Reiki. And I said, when I step up on that platform and I get up on it, Reiki energy will be waiting for me and it will surround me so that when I'm in my nerves, I don't have to worry about like creating Reiki up there. It's already there waiting for me. So I created this huge pocket of protection of Reiki for me up there. I just did my Reiki symbols and everything and created Reiki. And then as I was walking up, I was scared as hell. I was actually more scared going up because I didn't have that Reiki energy as I was going up. As soon as I got on that platform, the fear was gone. The Reiki enveloped me, and I looked at that freaking ring, and I jumped straight for it. I didn't even, some people had to stand up there for like 5 minutes before they could jump off. I got up there and I was like, fuck yes, I'm getting that ring right now. Bye y'all. And I jumped without even thinking about it. I just went. It's because I had supported myself. The reason I'm telling you all of this, Prima, is because when you do Reiki, and if I really am feeling that that it's to get into actual Reiki classes, do level 1, 2, and master Reiki. You're already a Reiki master. I feel that you're already a Reiki master, but doing the actual program will help you gain the confidence to believe you're a master. Right now, you don't believe you're a Reiki master, but when you do the trainings, it will help you to like have that belief and that confidence. Like, yes, okay, I know what I'm doing. Even though your guides are telling me you don't really need that, like you have that already intrinsically inside you, but in order to believe it and to know that you are that Reiki master, taking classes would support you. So what I'm seeing is with your herbal business is creating Reiki around your products. So I don't know what products you sell or what you do, but I'm seeing to infuse Reiki. So there's a lot of people I know a woman that has a skincare practice, and she like will create batches of, let's say, face wash, and she surrounds it with Reiki energy. So you can do that with your products. You can surround it with Reiki. So I'm really feeling like to bring Reiki into your business. So that's what's coming up for me. I'm going to answer one more question and then go. But first, I want to tell you guys before I end. First of all, I love you and you're amazing. Second of all, reach out to me either private message or reach out to me by friending me on Facebook or join my group, Awaken Your Spirit. You'll see it above. This is for people who are ready to step into bold and fearless living. I have tons of resources in this group, you guys. I have tarot videos, I have Akashic videos, I have how to tap into being a spiritpreneur videos, I have getting out of your fear and getting into gratitude, I have how to step into your business. I have tons of free stuff in there for you guys to look at, and it's all in the unit section, so it's like nicely, I'm very, very organized, so attention to detail is really well, the group is really well managed by me, so go join the group. And also, if you'd like to schedule an Akashic session with me, I don't even say Akashic reading because I'm not reading you, it's a session. It's healing, it's clearing, it's activating your gifts, and it's getting you into the next level. So if you want any of that, please click on those links or just reach out to me. Okay, so the last person I'm feeling called to read for is M. M says, how do you deal with people who react negatively to the spiritual aspect of your business? I'm in school to be an esthetician, and I want to be a spiritual esthetician. By the way, Em, when you say I want to be a spiritual esthetician, like your guides are like, yes, that is your niche. That is what you should do. You already know that, but your guides are like, literally, I see your guides like dancing in celebration. They're like doing like jigs. Maybe it's because I'm Irish, so everyone looks like they're doing a jig to me. Your guides are like over the moon excited. Like, I want to get up and start dancing. I can feel their energy. So when I say out loud spiritual esthetician, your guides are like going out of control. So that's exactly what you should be doing. I want to be a spiritual esthetician with divination readings and energetic healing, but people tend to look at me with doubt and think I can't make money or get clientele with it. Okay, so first things first, that's a mirror for you. You're looking at yourself with doubt. You think you can't make money and you think you can't get clientele. So you are because it makes it easier for us to look outside of ourselves and say, these people aren't doing this. But know that if there's resistance coming up around something, it's your own resistance reflected into other people. So like, it reminds me of one time I went vegetarian for about 7 months once because I was like, I feel the pain, I feel the fear of the, in the flesh. Like I feel the fear of the animal that was slaughtered. And I opened my Akashic records and I said, where's the fear coming from? And my Akashic records, my masters, teachers, and loved ones were like, it's not the fear of the animal. It's your fear reflected into the animal back into your body. And I was blown away, blown away. So know that. And I want to make sure that I'm not dismissing that if any clients come to you or they don't believe in you or they doubt you, I'm not dismissing that. I'm not saying, oh, they would, they would magically not doubt you if you didn't doubt yourself, because I don't want it to feel like shame or like I'm blaming you for that or anything. But I want you to know that all people and all things and all experiences are a reflection of where we are and where we want to be and who we either are or aren't. So know that those people are there just really to hold up a mirror and say, this is how you feel about yourself. Not saying it's bad, just saying, look at it. And then they walk away. So your clients, and another thing I want to mention to you and everyone else on here, if you're with a prospective client and you feel uncomfortable, you don't feel aligned, you feel like they doubt you, you feel like they don't want to give you money, that's not your ideal client. Bye, next. That's not the person you're supposed to be working with. So if you're feeling like, oh, I need to be in a certain place so that they're okay with working with me, or I need to be in a certain place so that they want to give me money, no, that's not your ideal client. Because your ideal client's not going to give a shit how much like money or this or that. They're just going to say, they're going to be throwing money at you saying, I want to work with you. I don't care how I get to, I have to. Okay, so I have to end. It's 2:30. I really, really am respectful for energetic boundaries, and especially the boundaries of this Women Helping Women group, because it's so important to me and to all of us. Please reach out if you have any questions. I don't do free readings, but I do the Akashic Records readings. And also if you want to reach out for a discovery call, if you want to work with someone, or you can go into my group and we can interact that way. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you for showing up for yourselves, for me, for everyone else in your lives. Cannot wait to see what you create as we continue to be friends on this platform. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.